Hello, my name is Melanie Goff. I am an online student at Brigham Young University, Idaho. I'm 20 years old and I am from New Orleans, Louisiana. And I am very excited to talk to you about some important issues that come very close to home. Today, I'm going to be presenting a workshop titled Diabetes in New Orleans. We are also going to be touching base on how diabetes affects adults in my hometown and how to prevent the disease. I'm gonna hit the next slide. Right here on the right, we see the Superdome, which is a very popular site in downtown New Orleans. And we have the introduction and our first question. What is diabetes? Well, diabetes is a chronic condition that affects the way your body uses an important fuel source, sugar. This can cause a low quality of life, health issues, and death. And according to an article from Healthy People 2020 that states that diabetes is the 7th leading cause of death in the United States. Therefore, diabetes is considered life-threatening even with the technology to help manage it. And especially in a city as big as New Orleans, with a population of roughly 400,000, we makes it the largest city in Louisiana and the 51st largest city in the United States. Some of the things the city of New Orleans is known for is Bourbon Street, their famous foods such as gumbo and crawfish, and the famous festival Mardi Gras. Now we're gonna hit next slide. Now we have a quote from the CDC that states more than 34 million people in the United States have diabetes and 1 in 5 do not know they have it. These are pretty big numbers, so it makes it a pretty pressing matter to definitely look at and make others aware. Next slide. Now we have the next slide saying, how do you know you are at risk? That is a question we should all ask ourselves to make sure that we know what we need to be looking for. And here are some of the points that are very important. First is elevated blood sugar levels. You would go to your doctor or test it yourself, poke your finger and test the blood sugar in your blood. Next would be overweight or obese. You could also find out by your doctor or finding out how much you're supposed to weigh based on your age and height. Next one is family health history for diabetes. That would be, for example, myself. My grandfather had diabetes, which makes me more likely to get diabetes in the later future. Next one is lack of physical activity. That means that you don't do a lot of movement, you don't walk a lot, you don't stand enough, you just sit a lot, and that is not very healthy. Unhealthy diet, that would be a lot of sugary foods, fast foods, McDonald's, Popeyes, all those fast food restaurants, not enough vegetables, not enough fruit. That's it. And we got the next slide. Here we have what the blood tester looks like. We got some strips, the poking machine, and the machine you'll plug in to tell you how much blood sugar do you have. And then the next slide. How to avoid being at risk. So this is a very important thing that we should all be focusing on. First, eat healthy. That is a very important thing. Everything that you ingest will affect how your body functions, and it is very influential when it comes to diabetes, because everything you eat affects your pancreas, and your pancreas produces the insulin. If there's too much sugar or not enough sugar, then we have a problem. Next, regular physical activity. That is also important. Keep moving, keep that blood flowing. Make sure there's not too much fat buildup, because that also clogs up your arteries, and which causes heart failure. Next, maintain a healthy weight. Like I said before, maintaining a healthy weight helps you not only with diabetes, but many other diseases such as heart disease and many other diseases that I can't think of right now. Alright, next slide. Here we have an overview of what we saw today. What is diabetes? Now we know, and we can define what diabetes is. Symptoms of diabetes. Now we know the early symptoms of diabetes. We know the risk factors, the more important ones, to know if we're at risk or not. We know prevention methods, ways to prevent diabetes, healthy eating, exercise, keep a healthy weight. Now I'm going to hit you with a call to action, and start by changing your lifestyle. It all depends on your daily choices. Based on what you eat, based on what you do, based on what you put in your body, it all counts towards a better quality of life. And I will encourage you to seek for more information at websites such as CDC, Association for Diabetes, and many more. And we're going to close with a thank you for staying tuned, and have a great day.